Did you know that the way that you structure your business and the way you set up your business entity controls your ability to get business credit and financing? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this training. I want to give you all the ins and outs to set up the right type of business entity and set it up the right way that makes lenders and credit issuers want to give you money. If you get this wrong, this is the reason that a lot of business owners get denied. So we want to help you avoid denials, and I'm going to give you the tips and tactics you need to get approved for financing based on the structure of your entity and how to get the most money for your business at the best terms if you do this right. Throughout this training, I'm going to give you everything you need to know to be able to be successful setting up the right type of entity that makes you fundable. And if you stick around to the end of this, I'm going to give you access to our business credit building guide that's been downloaded over 1 million times to give you the exact steps beyond setting up your entity to set up your business where it's fundable and to be able to get business credit without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. So we've got a lot to cover, a lot to dive into. Let's get started. So what types of business entities do you avoid at all costs, and which type should you actually go with? Well, let's start with what not to do. You want to stay away from being a sole proprietor. Look, sole proprietorships are not taken seriously by a lot of organizations, including lenders and credit issuers. As a matter of fact, SBA even says that being a sole proprietor means you're experimenting with a business concept. They don't even really consider you a real business owner. So you need to stay away from being a sole proprietor. It's not looked at all seriously by lenders or credit issuers. Being a sole proprietor means it's way harder to get access to the money that you need. Matter of fact, partnerships aren't really favorably looked at by lenders or credit issuers either, but in some cases they're absolutely necessary, so they're looked at and regarded higher than sole proprietorships. Now, the absolute best type of entity you could choose is a corporation. Lenders and credit issuers love corporations. Corporations give you the biggest amount of credibility. They give you the largest amount of fundability help. They are the ones that are perceived to be the most credible type of business. Now, it doesn't matter if you choose an S Corp or a C Corp. You want to talk to your accountant about which one of those options works best. But if you have a choice, go with a corporation. Now, you can also have an LLC. Now, an LLC isn't seen as an official entity type per the IRS. As a matter of fact, you'll probably have to choose an actual entity type that's behind the LLC. But again, an LLC is seen as very respectable, very credible, and it also makes you more fundable as well. So corporation, number one choice. Number two is an LLC. Everything under that, it makes it harder for you to be able to get access to the credit and financing you need. Now, it's not just about entity type. It's also about your business name. You want to try to stay away from names that indicate that you're in a high-risk industry. So if you go to youtube.com/credit suite, we have training just on this topic that will help you avoid high-risk names. But keep in mind that a lot of lenders and credit issuers have red flags that are issued by their computers just if they see that you're in an industry that they perceive to be high risk. Certain industries like transportation, financial services, even if you're dealing with weapons, pawn shops, even porn, are all seen as high risk industries for one reason or another. So avoid names that indicate that you're in these high risk industries, and figure out what industry you're in. In a lot of cases, you actually have options. You could fit into 1, 2, 3 categories. And let me explain why this is so important. You have an NAICS code or an industry code that designates what industry you're in. Now, it's used for a lot of reasons. The IRS uses this code to look at your expenses on your business tax returns compared to other businesses in your same industry to see if there's anything out of sorts per se. Lenders and credit issuers look at this to see the industries that are going to face greater underwriter scrutiny versus the ones that'll get denied altogether. The credit bureaus actually categorize you and group you by your industry and even have comparison scores to compare you to other people in your industry. Look, I could go on and on, but in the lending world, the industry you're in is very important. And I find a lot of business owners don't even know the industry that they're in. And here's what I mean by that. You have a set NAICS code for your industry. Now, you might say that you're in real estate. Well, real estate has 32 subcategories of NAICS. So if you choose the wrong one, then you could be seen as being in a high-risk industry. If you choose the right one, you could be able to get significantly better terms and be able to get more approvals. So you can go to NAICS.com to figure out which is the best industry that you fit in. And like I said, it might be a few of them. So look at Credit Suite, for example. Well, we provide a lot of education, as you can see here. We also have software where that's what we provide to help our clients. As a matter of fact, everything we sell is basically software that helps our clients be able to build business credit, improve fundability, and get financing. But at the same time, we could also be seen as being in financial services. We have choices there. But choosing one option versus another could mean our business is worth more than choosing the wrong one. And if we choose one versus the other, like financial services, we're regarded as high risk, whereas being in software, we're not regarded as high risk. So keep in mind that you never want to lie about this. You want to choose an industry specification in NAICS that's the closest to your industry and what it could be. But like I said, in a lot of cases, you have choices. And in those scenarios, you always want to choose the option that puts you into a low risk category and not a high risk that's going to help you get the most money at the best financing terms. And there you have it. Now you know how to become more fundable just based on choosing the right type of entity in your business. You learned a little bit more about high risk industries, how to avoid being seen as that, as well as making sure you have the right NAICS code. So this goes a long way to helping you be able to get approved for the maximum amount of credit financing, but also to being able to get it at the best terms. But this is only some aspects of fundability. When we look at entity type, that's really one aspect of over 125 that make your business fundable. So if you want a free fundability assessment to figure out like what you need to improve on fundability, you'd also like to get your Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian business credit reports at no cost and a free funding assessment to figure out all the loans and credit lines you can get right now, give us a call for a free consultation. That number is 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487. You can also email us, info@creditsuite.com. That's info@creditsuite.com, or you can schedule your consultation online at creditsuite.com/consult. Also, don't forget to grab our free step-by-step business credit building guide, which dives into a lot of other aspects of fundability you should be focusing on. You can grab that at creditsuite.com/EIN. That's creditsuite.com/EIN. And if you got value from this training, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out on our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get money to start and grow your business.